You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
No Gimmicks podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, and you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, this the time we move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring. This is the time for the No Gimmicks, know we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State of mind. Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, No Gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, this the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No Gimmicks is the feeling.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN, and we are back. It is Saturday. You guys know what it is. We're getting ready. Big event tonight, Prison Break. We have a special guest with us today, along with my co-host, JJ Jefferson. Welcome back, buddy, and welcome to the show. First time on No Gimmicks, the brand new MPX Addicts champion, Red Chambers. Welcome, sir. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yes, Red, welcome to the show. And ladies and gentlemen, Red is on time this time. Last week, if you guys were in the comment section, Red missed the show by like 2 minutes.
Right as we were going off the air, he was like, damn, I missed it.
But he's here.
Yes.
I'm here this time.
Yes. Oh man, but thank you. I kind of wish we got some thoughts from you last week going into that triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
But it sets the stage for this morning, because last week we kind of talked about the possibility of you walking out of that match as champion, right? We understood how dangerous both the other guys were, and we saw your interactions with Tatum Manning, and it kind of put a chip on your shoulder, it looks like. He was kind of sunning you a little bit and kind of talking down to you, and I feel like in that matchup it put like an extra chip on your shoulder. It seemed like you fought a little bit harder. Was that the case in that match? Did you feel like you had something to prove, not just to him but to everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Being considered the underdog majority of my career, I just feel like, you know, it's just the words that I wanted to like portray are like they're evading me. But yeah, I just being treated like the underdog my entire career, especially to somebody that I am older than, and they keep calling me kid. I'm like, it's just one of those times where it was like I need to step up and prove myself now, or I'm forever just going to be at the bottom.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
And I'm glad you said it that way, because like Kelvin touched on, you know, last week during the show when we were breaking down the card and running down everything, one of the things that we both highlighted was there's 3 very different elements in that triple threat match. You had the Tommy Becker, who at the time was the Addicts champion, and we all know that a dangerous, focused, whatever aura Tommy Becker is in and will be in is dangerous on any given night. We have Tatum Manning, who has taken the moniker as Untamed and has lived up to that, because we don't know what Tatum's ambitions are. At the Texas Rumble, him and Demo seemed to have reignite a feud that they had going on. And it was like, I don't care about winning the Texas Rumble. I just want to eliminate Demo. Yeah. And then we didn't hear from Tatum or see Tatum until it was time for the triple threat. And then with you, we touched on it with you, everything that's been going on with JD Griffey, with Big J, the turn, you got your lick back on Big J. So there were 3 very combustible elements going into that match. And then like Kelvin touched on, we saw it in the pre-show or in the middle of the match or in the middle of the show while it was going on, your interaction with Tatum. And to me, just being an addict, watching the show unfold, it did seem like it lit a little extra fire in you, because there were some moments where it was like, Red's out of this. Tatum hit him with a move. Red's rolled out of the ring. Now it's down to Tatum and Tommy. And then Tommy would hit you with something, and it's like, Red's out of this. They trapped your ankle in the guardrail. And it's like, well, Red's out of this. So how did you, with everything going on, keep finding the resiliency to bounce back?
Well, man, that's a really good question. It's perseverance, I believe is the correct word for there. It's the want to be champion, I think, is what really was pushing me there. The absolute want to be at the top, the absolute want to just finally take control of a situation that I can take control of. It's just, and being resilient has been part of my career since I've started. Like back to when I even wrestled Hardakis back in my rookie year. It all just boils down to just trying to be the best you. And I feel like I showed that in the Triple Threat at Booked and Cooked, I believe is the name of the show.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's just perseverance was the main key to getting me through.
For sure, man. And then the other question I got for you, because for those of you that know about D1 Ignite University, the new podcast on the DFPN, we had you as a guest on the show not too long ago, and you were on record saying in 2026, one of my goals is MPX championship again. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's the MPX title, if it's the Addicts title, if it's tag team gold, or if it's the prospect title. And lo and behold, we're in 2026. You've lived up to it because you are the new MPX Addicts champion. So how are you feeling, man, riding that momentum?
Oh, I feel great. Like the eruption of the crowd last week after I pulled it off. It was like, like it really like warms your heart that like they're like they actually believed in me. So yeah, I feel good.
That's awesome.
Put it lightly.
Love it.
That's awesome. And speaking of the win, this is your first Addicts title, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about how that feels to finally capture that title and be in that position.
Man, I've been chasing this in the MPX championship since the second match in my career. Being the first person to ever win the Rumble, or the first person to win the Rumble and then lose at Destiny, really, like brought me down. And then with an injury, that even brought me further down. And then like I eventually got to the point where I was like, I'm never gonna, reach the mountaintop. So now that I finally have obtained the Addicts championship, I feel like some weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I can finally be what Red was supposed to be.
Good. That's going to lead me to another question. And being that you are chasing singles gold, you have singles gold now, but you were a part of a great tag team, the Sons of Mayhem.
Yes.
What has that transition been like? Finding your footing from going from a great tag team to now you're standing on your own as a singles competitor.
So Big J doing Big J things. So like this isn't the first time Big J's turned his back on me. Not his first time turning his back on me for JD Griffey. A little weird in my opinion. A little weird. But it's just being in that situation once. I kind of happening again. Don't get me wrong, it still hurts and it still sucks. And like I still love him, but like it's one of those things where now you got to teach him a lesson. So like the transition part has been flawless, but it's more so I got to show him why he needs to never do that again.
Got that. And on that note, you having this Addicts title, it creates some fresh matchups, right? Mm-hmm. You are a crowd favorite. Everybody loves watching you perform out there. You have the crowd behind your back. What are some matchups that you are looking forward to? And who are you looking to defend your title against? Or is it just any and everybody?
Well, it's always any and everybody. I love being able to represent the Addicts. So every chance I get to be out there, I'm going to put it up my all in. So anyone and everyone can come and get it. But if I had to pick like a specific person, it'd probably be Bretta Kaimi.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
I like any reason why.
I just feel like it'd just be extremely competitive, and with him being so talented, and with me being somewhat as talented as he is, I feel like it'd be a great little contest.
Yeah, that's definitely one that's on my bingo cards
Yes.
because, like you talked about with the Addicts title representing the Addicts, you are a crowd favorite and always have been. You know, whether it was that guy Red Chambers, whether it was Son of Mayhem Red Chambers, like you've always been a crowd favorite with the Addicts. And then you have Brother Kaimi, who after the TWC, like we've seen with everybody, and we've said that on the show many times. Everybody from that group in the TWC has grown into their own, and none more so than Brother Kaimi, who is also a very heavy favorite within the Addicts. So sign me up for that match when and if it happens. Like I'm down for that one.
Yeah,
yes, I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah, it'd be a beautiful match for sure.
Love it. And here's a bit of a tough question. May not be, but at your core, who is Red Chambers?
At my core,
yeah. Who is Red Chambers?
Oh man. Oh man. That's an extremely hard question. I mean, at my core, Red Chambers is just he's that guy. I mean, it's as simple as that. He's that guy that he's gonna go out there and he's gonna give it his all. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna show everybody why he should be where he's at, and why just in general why you should be paying attention to him, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So so it just comes down to being Red Chambers is absolutely that guy.
I dig that, and the reason I ask is because there's a certain thing that draws fans to you, right? And it's that, and it's the reason why I think you won the Addicts Championship. It's that resiliency. It's that you come from a tag team. So let's go over your brief history real quick. You come from House Sagan, right? You leave House Sagan, you're on your own. You get back with Big J. Big J and Red Chambers win the tag team championships. Now you're back on your own. But somehow you find a way to stand and put 2 feet on the ground and win the Addicts title when you have former MPX champions in the ring with you, right? It's just what you said. It's that look at me. It's how great do I have to be? You know what I mean? But that's why, and it's not bragging. It's not being boisterous about what you do. It's the humble, I'm gonna grind work. I think that draws people into you because we do have an MPX champion. We'll get into him in a minute, right? We'll get into him in a minute. We have an MPX champion that kind of showcases those same qualities, but he's boisterous about it. He's in your face about it. He makes sure that you don't forget, like, I did this, I did that. You are the complete opposite of that, and I think that's what draws the crowd into you. So I love the answer that you gave.
No, thank you.
Yeah, man. And I'll kind of piggyback on what Kelvin was saying too, because, you know, again, being around you for so long and having seen addicts old and new gravitate toward to you, it's something else about you too outside of the ring, because it's your personality, it's your persona, not just in the ring, but like yesterday, in honor of, you know, National Pokemon Day, you gave a throwback to your Pokemon inspired gear. Absolutely. And everybody was like, oh yeah, that I remember when Red came out to that, and you had the Pokeball and you did this, and I choose Red, and everybody kind of just has a reason to gravitate toward, you know, gravitate to you, man. So kudos to you for everything that you do. And if you do bring back some Pokemon inspired gear, I'm rocking with you. Like, I love all the gear that you've had, especially the green you and, you know, Big J had. I'm glad you kept it, not Big J. I'm glad you kept it because it's nice.
Thank you. I have some more gear coming that I think is gonna even top that green one. So
excited.
Yeah,
love that. Favorite Pokemon?
Oh, Rotom, easy.
Love. Okay, like that.
Yeah, I'm
I like
actually in light of this being the year Pokemon's 30th year, I'm actually trying to collect every single Rotom card in existence.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm actually not doing too bad right now.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm collecting English first because that's my main language. But there's 100 total cards currently, so I think I'm like 40% of the way through, and I started a week ago.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
I hope you succeed in this mission. That ain't easy. I'm gonna tell you that now. You may have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I've already spent a good amount of money.
Good luck with that. But let's look at the chat real quick. Chat's shout out to everybody tuned in. People are calling you the Saturday night savior.
Yep.
Love that. And then people, I'm rooting for Red Chambers tonight. Red Chambers is my favorite wrestler from APW.
Hell yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Like you have this following, and it's not you're not out there. You're just humble and getting it done. So very much kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
JJ, what you got?
Man, I mean, one of the comments that you just touched on, rooting for Red Chambers tonight. Tonight, you have, and I'm not going to say your back is against the wall, but tonight is going to be a very unique night for you because we touched on it last week for the MPX addicts who have never seen or never heard of a Prison Break match. It's something that's unique. It's innovative. It's dynamic. Really, MPX put their foot on this, and it's grown from the first time they did it. But in such a unique match like Prison Break, and you're the MPX Addicts champion, you're defending that title. So what are your thoughts? What's your mindset going into tonight, especially as you look across the ring with who your competitors are, which we're going to cover in just a little bit. But what's going through your mind?
Yeah, well, considering the last time I was in a Prison Break match, I lost twice, and because of the crowd control, I think it was called, when they have the card and people can restart matches.
Yes.
And that really put a damper on like my spirit, right? But coming in as the champion, I feel like that's just another level of I gotta get this done. So I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling very confident going into tonight.
It's interesting that you say that, because now that you are champion, they say champions get 30% better with the title, right? Do you feel like you've upped your game a little bit now that you have this title? Does it give you like that little extra oomph to fight for it?
I feel like yeah, absolutely. Like the start of this year, once Big J left me, I had to find myself again, and I've completely changed the style of wrestling I do just to try to compete with some of these other guys, and I feel like it's working out brilliant for me. I've been on a pretty good hot streak, and then now with winning the Addicts Championship and going into I feel like there's nothing that can bring me down. It's just up from here. So absolutely, it definitely makes you better.
Love that. And yeah, we're speaking on competitors because it seems like the MPX champion, is stacking the deck. It looks like two of the three of his stablemates are in this match. Does that give you any pause for concern, or is it just going out there and getting it done?
It's just going out there and getting it done. Like everyone has the same odds, same odds in the match of being the last one standing, but they have something that I have something they don't, and that's resiliency. And I have the want to be at the top more so than anybody else in this match. So I just don't see them taking that away from me.
Okay, got that. And are you paying attention to the pre-show? Because it looks like the pre-show will have an impact on your match as well. Is that something you're going to be paying attention to?
It's like, because if they win, they're the special enforcer, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, it really just comes down to who's in the match for the special enforcer, because like if it's Tatum Manning or if it's Tommy Becker, if it's, you know, it really just depends on who is in it is where if I need to be maybe slightly worried or just know it's just about taking care of business.
Okay. It's a wait until we get to that bridge time.
Absolutely.
I get that. I dig that. JJ?
I mean, I think we've pretty much covered all the questions. So I don't know about you, Kelvin or Red, but y'all ready to break down the card we have tonight for Prison Break? Because MPX has said it all week. It's building, and tonight is the night. The inmates are running loose, and all hell is going to break loose at Prison Break. So we got a lot to cover.
I love it. Let's break this down. If you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. All right, Prison Break goes down tonight. Breaking news on that front. The front row has sold out for the show.
Hey.
So, yes, get your tickets now, mpxwrestling.com, because it looks like people want to be here for this one tonight. Tickets are selling fast. If you're trying to get there, I highly advise you get it before 6 o'clock because this one may sell out tonight. Very, very dope event, but let's get into these matches. We're going to start off with the singles match and a return of someone we haven't seen in a while. And I got to give it to MPX for these returns and these people that have gone around, made their name. Now they're coming back to MPX with a little bit of fanfare to them. And I'm talking about none other than MJ Santana taking on Mackenzie Morgan. Fellas, I'll start with you, Red. Thoughts on this one?
Oh man, I feel like this is going to be such a very competitive match because, you know, coming back after a long time, it's what's the word? Like you again, it comes back to having a chip on your shoulder. I feel like her coming back after such a long time away that she is going to show why maybe she's, you know, that she should be at the top.
Yeah, most definitely. And a big splash. I've talked about Mackenzie Morgan on this show and what I think she's very legit in how she gets around, how she moves, her style of wrestling competes with anyone. She can go with anyone. I'm fully expecting this one. This is my sleeper match of the night because both of these ladies, they could tear it up in the ring. And I feel like they may come into this match both with a point to prove, specifically because next weekend is Who Runs the World 3. And I feel like this one is a great precursor to that show and the American Joshi tournament with both of these styles mixed together. JJ, what you got?
Yeah, man. I mean, you both touched on something huge, and I kind of just want to reiterate this to the MPX addicts because if you haven't seen or heard of MJ Santana, buckle up. You guys are in for a treat because if you saw what she did last week with New Texas Pro at the Audacity of Hope, she took on Vert Vixen. And Vert Vixen, we all know with MPX, is a crowd favorite. She's a hot commodity. She's got every little bit of that in the ring that she needs to have. She's wrestled for Revolver. She is the New Texas Pro Women's Champion. She's competing in the American Joshi tournament next week at Who Runs the World 3. And MJ Santana just last week took her to the distance. Like I watched that match unfold and they were going back and forth. So it wasn't like MJ Santana doesn't have what it takes. So for those of you that haven't seen MJ Santana, you're in for a treat. And we saw Mackenzie Morgan a couple of weeks ago, and she put on a show as well. And we've been on it on record here on this show. The women's scene with MPX specifically is only getting better and better and better and better. And with Who Runs the World 3 right around the corner, all of these ladies have a point to prove. They've got something to show, and it kind of just pushes everybody to that 1% better than they were the last time we saw them. So I'm excited for both of these ladies. I agree with you. I think this was going to be a sleeper match of the night.
Yeah, this one has banger written all over it, man. And I personally can't wait for this match. So shout out to both ladies for this one. We also have another return, and another person we haven't seen in a while making their way back to MPX. Again, been around, making a name for themselves, but I'm surprised he's not in this show right now. He's normally in the chat.
Say his name and he shall appear, or something like that, right?
Yes, he's normally like right on cue, and I haven't seen him yet. But Tom A is in action tonight. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tom A, for your presence. He's in this match tonight, and he's taking on Shimbashi, who's making his way back to MPX. And again, someone else who's been around Texas, making a name for himself, putting on great performance after great performance, coming back. Again, this is another match that I'm looking forward to, because it seems like when these guys go out and they venture out and they get this experience, they bring it back and they look like a completely different version of themselves. So one, I'm curious to see what Shimbashi looks like, and I'm curious to see what that looks like up against Tom A, who seems like he's on a roll right now. And there's a lot of talk about Tom A around Texas as a whole, and his whole demeanor change. We talk about Red, right? And how that feels from going from tag team, singles action, standing up, building on yourselves. And it seems like, I don't want to put this on a collision course, but I think I'm about to right now. I really think I'm about to. It seems like you guys are both racing right now in terms of, I'm building my stock up, right? And it to me, it seems like you guys are on an eventual collision course, because you both left great tag teams, both left MPX champions, and it seems like with you being the Addicts champion and him finding his footing as a singles competitor as well, you guys are on course for something huge. I hope I'm right, because I would definitely like to see that.
I'm on Team Red. I'm throwing that out there right now.
I'm talking about.
I'm keeping my mouth shut, because I've learned when I talk.
Oh no, he's here. He's here. He's literally here.
I told you.
My gosh.
I told you. I told you. It's like right on cue. He's like right, always on time. When we start talking about him, he shows up, bro. It's like clockwork. I love it.
You know what? Because Tom A is here, I want to go first on this one.
Go ahead.
I've been on record saying this. I'm a huge supporter of Tom A. I enjoy seeing this transformation, this new Tom A, this aggressive Tom A. I love it. Just everything is starting to deteriorate for me because of what we saw with Grimy. And for me, yes, Tom A, you're on a roll. You've got what it takes to reach the moon and back. You're the supernova. However, the Canadian Dragon is back. Shimbashi is coming back, and we haven't seen Shimbashi in a long time. Shimbashi's been around making moves and elevating his game, and we've seen Shimbashi have to go through the fire. Not, no pun intended there, but Shimbashi has had to grind. So I'm excited to see these two forces collide tonight. It's gonna be really, really fun to watch, because it's two very different styles going at it in the ring. Again, it's another potential sleeper match of the night. I will get to that comment in a second, because I'm here. This is what I do.
You knew it was coming.
I stir the pot, but I got Shimbashi in this one. I'm gonna take Shimbashi. I'm gonna take Shimbashi.
Wow.
Add that fuel to the fire. Add the fuel to the fire tonight.
Wow. So we just going around putting chips on people's shoulders. Is that what we're doing?
It seems like that's what's happening.
Wow. Listen. MPX gives me great pleasure in saying that I have people that I know not to bet against. Tom A is one. He is one. He is one of those guys that if he's in the match, I can't go against him. I can't. And that's because he's shown me enough. Red is another one. He's shown me enough. Now, I'm going to keep my mouth closed when it comes to you two in an eventual match. I'm neutral. I'm Sweden because I just can't bet against either of you guys, right? But I've seen enough to know that if Tomei finds an opening, he's going to capitalize on it. And Shimbashi needs to be perfect the entire match. Tomei does not. He just needs to be perfect for 1 second. That's how good he is. He can find the opening, he can exploit it, he could take advantage of it. I've seen it happen time and time again. So tonight, I gotta roll with Tomei. I got to. Sorry. Red, what you got?
I mean,
you don't have to pick, by the way. I don't want to put you at odds with anybody.
I feel like I mean, you're not wrong though. Like Tomei, he's hot right now. Like he's flowing. I don't think he's dropped a match since turning on the scorn. So yeah, but like
hey, we don't talk about the Rumble. We don't talk about.
Okay, well, yeah. We're talking about like singles action, all right? Which is the Rumble's technically singles action, but we'll bypass it for right now. But he's been hot. Like it's hard to cool him down when he gets going. So I mean, I just feel like it's going to be Tomei through and through here. As much as I love Shimbashi. But
I love Shimbashi too. But the run Tommy's on Tomei, sorry. The run he's on right now, it's kind of hard to bet against him. It really is. It really is. So let's make the stakes a little bit harder because we have someone. Now, I do want to bring this up because I want this to happen in the DFW area eventually. MPX, if you're listening, I would love this match as well. Please make this happen because both guys are saying like they're the best in Dallas, out of Dallas area. LVJ is in action tonight, and he's taking on Dylan Cavens. But before we get into that match, there was a clip going around of LVJ and Exodus Prime talking about who's the best in the DFW area. Both guys seem to think that. Both guys will be representing New Texas in their tournament, and I want to see this happen in Dallas. If both guys are saying they're the best to come out of this city, then we need to make this happen for this city. If it can happen in MPX, please make this happen. Give me LVJ, give me Exodus Prime, please. Thank you. But in this match, we have LVJ taking on Dylan Cavens, and it looks like Cavens is trying to work his way through this new faction to eventually get to JD Griffey. It's a tall task, man. LVJ that's a tall task. For him to go first in that equation, it's bad. It's a bad setup, man. And I don't like this for Cavens. I really don't. But if anybody can get this done, it is Cavens. JJ, I'm going to go with you. Thoughts?
Man, to echo everything you were just saying, this is gonna be the start of a gauntlet for Cavens. And for many different reasons. And it feels like I've turned into like the real analyst of this show for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I just watch too much wrestling in my free time. But yeah, when you look at the streak that LVJ has been on, like we've touched on this show, ever since LVJ has kind of found that switch within the group, LVJ has kicked it up another notch, and it's been all over the state of Texas. So much so that you mentioned that clip that's going around. LVJ had the confidence and didn't back down, didn't hesitate either to step up to the final boss, Exodus Prime, and say, hey, you're not the best in the Dallas area. I am, and I will prove it to you by beating you. And then when we talk about tonight and all the stakes that's going on with Prison Break, everybody in JD's faction is in the building. Even JD Griffey himself is in the building because if you follow the chat, Alfred woke up at 9 o'clock this morning choosing violence. We'll address that. So everybody in that faction is in the building, and we've seen it. The attack on Jamie Aller. it's broken set 6 to a point, and it seems like Cavens has some backup with set 6, but not everybody in set 6 is there tonight. At least we don't know. Demo is, but Demo has to focus on the prison break match in the main event. So for Cavens to have to go out there to take on LVJ, you've got to play the mental game. You might have to play the numbers game. You've got so many things you got to worry about in that particular match that it's a little bit of a dangerous situation. So I don't know how it's going to swing, but like you said, if anybody can beat the odds and get it done, it is Dylan Cavens.
Yep, absolutely. Red.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Like, you know, as somebody that is considered an extreme underdog, just like Cavens, like he has the will and the want to also be the very best. So absolutely all my money on Cavens, because he's already done it before. He's already beat the numbers game before to beat JD. In that, I believe it was a fatal 4-way, if I'm not mistaken, fatal 4 or fatal 5-way. I can't remember the exact one, to become the MPX champion. So I just don't, I have my bet on Dylan Cavens.
I'll say this, and I think, and I said this to JD himself. I said, I think he took advantage of a situation, and that is the bright lights, right? JD was comfortable under the bright lights, and I know he'll understand this reference. So because he has bars, I know I peep game recognizes game. So like in a battle rap arena, so you have the big stage, you have the small stage, right? And on the small stage is kind of where Dylan was comfortable, and you put him on the big stage, and it's like it's a completely different ball game. And I think JD was more comfortable than Dylan, to where he didn't have to do all the extra. He just went in there and focused on business, right? Got the job done, left. It was easy for him. And I think going back to that setting is something that is where Dylan is comfortable, right? He shows out in that arena. And I like this for Dylan. I think he gets it done tonight. But this is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. But I do think he gets it done tonight. Yeah. So, moving on. Speaking of Exodus Prime, new tag team alert.
Yes.
New tag team alert.
Yes.
And we kind of seen the ramifications of this last week. By the way, World Class getting it done against Purple Haze was not on my bingo card. It was not on my bingo card. I was like, what? And listen, they proved something to me. They proved something to me. Look, a win is a win. No matter how you slice it, they got the job done. I did not see that coming. But them getting the job done gives them some major momentum heading into this week, because that is one of the greatest tag teams to ever roll through this area that we've seen, and they got the win on them. Now they're going up against a brand new tag team in Exodus Prime and Von Titan, who the crowd absolutely loves. We still haven't got a name for these guys yet. I think we're going Final Titans. Is that right? Prime Titans. Either one. We can go either way. But I like this matchup, and I like that there's unpredictability. Unpredictability is so great for me. I don't know who's going to win this match, but I'm very, very focused on what this tag team of Von Titan and Exodus Prime looks like, because the first time we seen them, they looked amazing. And if they built any chemistry within that time span, I think they're going to be way better than they were the first time we saw them. So, titles on the line. I'm going to go with you, Red. What are your thoughts, especially as a former tag team champion? What do you see in this match that maybe we should be paying attention to with both tag teams?
So if X is a Prime, as a guy that plays a lot of video games in my spare time, Exodus Prime and Von Titan is the definition of create a tag team in the WWE games.
Absolutely.
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 But in the track records of those video games, who normally comes out on top? Your created tag team. So I just feel like after their first showing and them being so dominant in their first showing, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was against World Class.
Yeah, they beat them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I just feel like that momentum is just gonna rise and rise, and don't get me wrong, it is gonna be very unpredictable because World Class has their antics and their ways of getting stuff done, but the Prime Titans, man.
This is sticking. that name is gonna stick.
I'm throwing it at the wall right there. So I feel like it's hard to bet against someone first off, someone as big as Von Titan, and in the namesake as big as Exodus Prime, just in their will to like their want to be there. Like it's I think that's a freight train, and that freight train ain't gonna stop.
That's a powerful statement. That is a very powerful statement. JJ?
Yeah, man. Here we go. Ready to stir the pot up again. I've been on record with World Class saying paper champions, and every step along the way, there has been little by little by little to back up that claim. Every tag team match, non-title. Every opponent, non-title. We don't have anybody in the locker room that's credible enough to face us for said titles. To beat Purple Haze last week, you have to take a shortcut to beat Purple Haze. Yes, a win is a win. Congratulations. You did it by taking a shortcut. So when you finally get, a tag team that's ready for you, that you can't prepare for, like Exodus Prime and Von Titan, you got what you had coming to you. You got an L handed to you. And, I see Nikki Blackheart is in the comment section, and I was on record with Nikki Blackheart for the Texas Rumble saying we saw what she was doing behind the scenes. She was in the gym. She was putting in that work. She was preparing. She's getting ready. The same can be said about Von Titan, because if you follow Von Titan has been in the gym. Von Titan has been putting in that work. Von Titan has been on record saying, I'm going to go to the gym until I can beat somebody up in the ring. And then with Exodus Prime is just going around Texas doing what Exodus Prime does best, and that's being the final boss. So when you put these two together, yes, they are the Prime Titans. I think the name is going to stick. I said that on Von Titan's most recent reel. We're going to name it and claim it into existence. The Prime Titans are here to stay. So tonight, I think we get an and new with the MPX Tag Team Championships, because again, Day and Devin, I don't think you can run from this. Like Red said, it's a freight train that there's no stopping on the tracks. You can't take a shortcut against a guy that's as experienced as Exodus Prime. And then with Von Titan, even though he's fresh and young in the game, Von Titan is ready to show up and show out.
Yeah, he's hungry.
He's hungry. And to be endorsed by Matthew Palmer right off the rip of your career, that's another, that's a huge undertaking. So, yeah, give me the Prime Titans in this one.
Well said, gentlemen. Well said. I will say this for Von Titan. I haven't seen someone come in with the fanfare of this guy. I don't think I've ever seen it. Just like immediately, just off the rip. And you spoke about his endorsement from Matthew Palmer, right? He, since the moment he debuted, has been on this crazy, incredible, unstoppable run. And to see him with a veteran of Exodus Prime's caliber, when I saw the tag team, I was like, oh, that's champion. That's your new champions right there, and they can run the gambit. You can put whoever up against them, and it'll make sense. You'll have phenomenal matches, and Von Titan's only gonna get better. I'm gonna agree with you guys. I think we see new tag team champions tonight, and it's no knock to World Class, but the resume has kind of spoken for itself, right? You haven't, in your mind, found anybody credible. I don't think it gets any more credible than this. this is a very, very big threat. And I don't think they're taking it as seriously as they should. And we've seen it. You're right. We've seen Von Titan just preparing. He's staying ready, staying in the gym. And with him and the knowledge that Exodus Prime has, bro, that tag team, that is a crazy pairing that I didn't even know I wanted that. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness. And what's wild about this is it wasn't supposed to be Exodus. It was supposed to be Isaiah Legend. And even that pairing was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But now that we have this, new tag team champions, bro, give it to me tonight. I do believe we're going to be looking at new tag team champions.
Yeah, bro. And before we move on to the next match on the card, because you said something that was really interesting that I just want to highlight, for everybody to understand that there's levels to this, literally, no pun intended there. But when it comes down to it, you touched on Exodus Prime and the veteran knowledge and the instinct and everything else that Exodus brings to the game. It wasn't too long ago down in New Texas Pro where the Wolf, Stephen Wolf, had his back against the wall dealing with the Dream Team. And it was announced that, hey, Stephen Wolf needs a partner to go up against the Dream Team, which is one of the most decorated tag teams across the state of Texas. Stephen Wolf put the call out there to Exodus Prime, and they reignited their tag team superiority complex. And on the first night back, they got the job done. So, again, there's levels to this. Exodus Prime and Von Titan, the roof is the ceiling for them. So I think they're going to go through it tonight. Without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, it just the pairing was something I didn't even know I wanted. But now that we have it, bro, I think they can run this for a while. And I think whatever tag teams, yeah, they can run this for as long as they feel like it, really. And I like this for the tag team division because we have people, and we talked about this last week as well. This creates some fresh new matchups because you have the people like the Sons of Mayhem who went their separate ways, but it's working out for them. You have the Scorn, it's working out where they're evolving from these tag teams and becoming singles competitors and holding their own in the singles division. And the newer tag teams is creating fresh new matchups. It's never a bad thing. So I like this. And I also like the potential that this creates. Like, you could bring people in to face these guys and it only makes sense. So yes, but I do think we look at new tag team champions tonight. So next matchup on the card. Is this a prison break match? Because we have JD Griffey in action, Danny O'Ryan, Sky Della Cremosa, Tatum Manning, Man, and Lou Cameron all in one match.
So, side note on that one, I don't think it's a match. I think those are just names that are in the building.
Those are people that are going to be there tonight, yeah.
And I'm not mad at any one of those names because there's so many combustible elements in that graphic. Lou Cameron, Paradigm and 5. Man, gonna put somebody in a body bag. He's been on record this week saying, JD, when I see you, you're going in a body bag. Sky is kind of figuring it back out. We're getting the shades of the old Sky, kind of shedding the skin of the law, but he's still the law. So we're going to see how that goes. Tatum is unhinged. I mean, Tatum's going to do what Tatum wants to do, and we don't really know the mindset behind it. And then there's Danny O'Ryan. And, with Danny's going to put on a highlight match of the night anytime Danny O'Ryan steps in the ring. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what all of those guys are going to do when they get in the ring tonight.
I'm having a crazy thought right now. If they're on this graphic, which means they'll be in the building, which means we have a pre-show match that hasn't been announced yet. We know it's a pre-show match, but we don't know who's in this pre-show match. And I'm gonna gauge. I'm gonna ask you guys, what are the chances that we have JD Griffey in a pre-show match?
Absolutely zero. JD. Now I've had my problems with JD Griffey, and don't get me wrong. If I get the chance, he's getting one, but in the pre-show. I don't. I mean, it is for the enforcers. So I mean, it's definitely possible. I just, in my opinion, I feel like he has way more things to worry about as champion.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Now, if the pre-show match is him, say, versus Danny Orion, versus Luke Cameron, versus Man, who has it out for him, I'm just saying.
As a pre-show is crazy.
As a pre-show is crazy. But let's think about who we're talking about here, okay? We know the main event is possibly the Prison Break match, which Red, you're in. We know that's possibly the main event because the show is called Prison Break. Mm-hmm. What are the chances that the MPX champion says, you know what? There's a chance to be an enforcer. I have my guys in the main event. I can get this done, get this over with, chill out, and watch my guys up close and personal in the main event. What are the chances? This isn't crazy for me. It's not a crazy idea. It's also JD Griffey. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's I mean, I didn't think of it like that. And that's my bad. But like if it does come down to being JD Griffey, you know what I mean? But
I'm just saying.
I just think that it's.
I'm gonna go on record here real quick. I hate talking so nice. God, I hate it. But the guy is calculating. He is calculating. And if it were me, and I have my guys in the main event, which I manufactured, by the way, because I'm pretty sure he did this.
Mm-hmm.
If I have my guys in a match that will give me leverage, why not? No one will ever suspect that I would be the guy on the pre-show as the MPX champion. And that's why it's a smart move. Because I can get this done. I can strategize. I don't have to do anything else for the rest of the night until the main event. I could be out there and, oh, by the way, my guys are in this match. I could do a little something to finesse one of my guys winning this match. I'm just saying, it's when you put it like that, I totally do it. I'm not gonna lie. I would totally do that.
All right. I'm not gonna say that I don't agree with you because you make a good point in some cases, but I'm gonna say this. And I'm not even going to talk about the match itself. I'm just going to say this for the MPX addicts. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you need to go get your tickets because, as Kelvin touched on, unpredictability seems to be the name of the game lately. And what better way to witness the chaos and the madness and everything else unfold than in person at the MPX Event Center, 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas, tonight for Prison Break. And if you can't be there, make sure you're watching the live streams, Twitch, YouTube, possibly Facebook, because MPX has done this thing recently too where they've streamed the pre-show. Yes. So even being at home, you can still watch the madness unfold beforehand. And with it up in the ante a little bit, more like a lot, because the special enforcer is going to play into the Prison Break match. And yeah, there's so many elements that could happen. And you never know which way it's going to go.
Yes. Speaking of which, someone agrees with me. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Jeez. I agree with your statement. See, it's not a crazy idea. Even Tom may agree. Oh, and then he had to throw this dig. Sons Mayhem died a while ago. You're welcome for the.
We've been on record saying that this whole show before. Never mind. It's fine. The main event that we touched on is Prison Break. And ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it last week, we kind of gave you the rundown. The voice and the choice, Matt Andrews, gave you all the breakdown. But Prison Break, such a unique, innovative matchup. Two guys are going to start the match, and the other four competitors are handcuffed to the ring post outside of the ring. And then at scheduled intervals, they will be uncuffed and allowed to be entered into the match. Eliminations are pinfall or submission. And now we know the stakes. The last man standing will be the MPX Addicts champion. And we have the MPX Addicts champion with us right now. So Red Chambers is defending his title against the following competitors: the Agtown Ace, Alec Bullsdale, Brother Kaimi. We talked about JD and his special enforcers, how he has two of his guys in this match in Joe Angelo Garcia and Big J. And then the other underlying combustible element to this match, the Shining Truth Demo Diamond. There's so many combustible elements to this match. And Kelvin just touched on a little while ago with the special enforcer being added in the middle of the week. It only adds more suspense to this match.
Yep.
If you would have asked me beforehand, who did I have winning this match? 10 toes down, I locked in Red Chambers, especially coming off winning the.
Are you going to change your answer in front of Red Chambers?
Hold on. Ride with me here.
Not.
Ride with me here. Hold on. So, if you would have asked me before all of this happened, 10 toes down, I locked in Red Chambers. Now, with all of the elements and everything going on, I still have Red winning. However, I think it's going to matter on where Red enters this match. Because honestly speaking, Red, if you have to start and run the distance, run the gauntlet with the special enforcer, I don't know, because I don't know. But yeah,
considering
happening.
Considering I've ran the gauntlet before,
you have, but Kelvin made my brain hurt, because if JD, and I'm not saying I want this to happen, but if JD is in the pre-show, if JD does become the special enforcer, JD can find a way to manipulate and twist the arm and bend the rules for his guys, and maybe not even his guys. He could help the Agtown Ace. We don't know what JD's thinking. We know he's going to screw Demo Diamond because he doesn't like Demo. But there's so many variables and elements and combustible components in this match.
Very much. Very much. Now, I'm going to go on the other side of this one, because I said earlier, there's people at MPX I don't root against. Red Chambers is one of them. He's in this match. I will say confidently, no matter where he is, I think he gets the job done tonight. I think we've seen enough from Red that, even because it does appear that the deck is stacked against him, but he proved to me last week, even with the odds against him, he's pretty capable of coming out of the match a winner. I think Red gets this done tonight, not just because you're on the show. I think he gets this done tonight. And there's some guys in this match. I think there's some matchups coming out of this match that I think you may have unfinished business with. Honestly, depending on where you are in this match and who you go up against, I think there may be some unfinished business after the night. There's some guys in this match like Alec Bullsdale, who I'm like, this, you need to watch out for him too, because he's on his rise. He's getting his feet comfortable in MPX. He's starting to, little by little, make cases for himself. Him just being in this prison break match is a big thing for him.
Yeah.
He's got a chip on his shoulder as well. He has things that he has to prove, right? I think the deck is stacked against you, Red. But if it's anybody that has proven to me that even with the odds against them, he can come out as the last man standing, it's none other than Red Chambers. I'm gonna go wolf on this one.
Oh.
But your thoughts, man. Your thoughts heading into this match. What are you looking forward to? What's on your mind right now?
I mean, on my mind right now is just retaining that Addicts championship, like going in there and getting to work, putting boots to, ASS. Okay. Putting boots to ass, man. Like don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not the fastest person in the ring. I'm definitely not the biggest person in the ring. I'm not the strongest person in the ring. But again, wrapping it all the way back around to the beginning. I am the most resilient person in this match. And I feel like that is just the underlying tone that I am setting for the match tonight. So obviously I got all my money on myself. Always bet on yourself.
Yep. Love that, man. Love that. JJ, final shots, man. What you got?
I mean, all I can say is, final shots. Tonight is going to be a night to remember. Prison Break only gets bigger and better every single year. We talk about it with every show that MPX runs. There's never really a dull moment because every show just seems to add another layer to the story. We're on the road to Destiny, which is a huge show in and of itself. So I'm excited to see how this card kind of helps lead and shape into that. And then next week, we have Who Runs the World 3 happening at the Southern Junction in Irving. So the American Joshi Tournament, a brand new title being debuted to MPX, some incredible names on that card: Charity King, Anar Kid Ash, Vert Vixen, Emi Sakura, Nikki Blackheart, Priscilla Kelly. Like, you gotta come out.
Crazy card.
You gotta come out and support MPX in any way, shape, form, or fashion that you can. Tell a friend, tell a family member, check out the show in person or online. And then, if you need a breakdown or a recap or anything, come hang out with us here at No Gimmicks. We got you covered.
Absolutely, man. And programming note, next week, we will be live on Thursday as we get ready for Who Runs the World. We do have a guest. One of my friends from the popbreak.com will be stopping over. Amanda Rivas will be coming over. If you don't know Amanda, follow her at Amandalorian on IG, Twitter. Great commentary from her. She worked at Mission Pro Wrestling. Very, very knowledgeable in women's wrestling. So we'll be having her on the show to break down this Who Runs the World 3 card. And yeah, man, Red, thank you, sir, for your time today. You are a friend of the show. We got to have you back on anytime you want to come back on, man. Please,
y'all just let me know. I love talking to y'all. So
this was fun, man. We got definitely. So we'll be reaching out. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to the chat for being loud today, boisterous. Thank you, Tom A, for stopping through again this week. We will catch you guys on the flip side of this. Again, 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas. If you can't make it there tonight, MPXWrestling.com. Get your tickets. But if you can't make it, Metroplex Wrestling on all platforms. Search them. You will find them, and it will be live. But that's it, guys. Until next time, you know what it is. Be safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmicks.